Everyone, welcome to part 17 of me answering the Percy Jackson questions that you guys recently asked me on a post that I put out on my channel. And the post is still up right now, so if you want to ask me a question, go comment it right now. I'm going to answer one comment per day for however long it takes. So if you comment, your question will get answered, but it just might take a while. I'm going oldest to newest. All right, but enough dilly-dally. Let's get to today's comment. So today's comment says, I have a few questions. You don't have to answer all of them. Well, newsflash, I'm going to answer all of them because I want to. So the first one is, what's your favorite Greek monster Percy killed? That's kind of crazy because Percy's literally killed like basically every monster from Greek mythology. So I feel like when you think of Percy Jackson, you think of his first kill, the Minotaur. That's the one I gotta go with. It's the most iconic. Like he killed the Minotaur. Nobody was able to do that except Theseus. And then Percy did it as a 12-year-old kid who was a nobody, who didn't know anything about Greek mythology. Like, it's crazy. And then he killed the Minotaur again in the last Olympian. So Percy owns the Minotaur. That's my favorite kill twice. Second question, what cabin are you? Everyone, I don't really play into the fandom this way that much, where I think about like whose child I am of a Greek god, or like what cabin I'm in. So whenever I get questions like this, I kind of just go with Poseidon because he's like, he's the most popular one, because obviously Percy is the son of Poseidon. So yeah, I'm gonna say Poseidon. I also think it would just be cool to live in Poseidon's cabin by myself. Like, I don't really want to live in a place that has a ton of kids and is super rowdy. So I would love living by myself or with like one other person in the Poseidon cabin. That'd be pretty good. Next question, who do you think should get their own book? Everybody, I've answered this many times on my channel, but it bears repeating. Luke Castellan needs his own book. And we need it to be a prequel. We need to be a prequel about him, Annabeth, and Thalia on the run. What the heck did I just say? On the run. If you have not read the diary of Luke Castellan in the Demigod Diaries book, go do it now because it is stellar. And if we got a full book in a similar style with similar stories, oh my gosh, I just got chills. I just got chills thinking about it, and it hasn't even happened. So yeah, Luke needs his own book with Annabeth and Thalia in there as well. All right, and then the final question, what's your favorite plot twist? You know, I actually had to think kind of hard about this one because there's a lot of plot twists, but I think my favorite one is the fact that Percy was not the hero from the Great Prophecy. Because the Great Prophecy says, the hero's soul cursed blade shall reap. So Percy went the whole book, the whole last Olympian, thinking he was going to die. But it turns out the hero of the Great Prophecy was not Percy, it was actually Luke, and so Luke died. Let me make something clear. I don't think Luke was a hero at the end just because he did a right thing at the end, because he did all that bad stuff. Him doing one right thing at the end didn't cancel out all the bad stuff he'd done. However, I do like the fact that he died rather than Percy, so I like the fact that he was the hero in the Great Prophecy because it meant that he got to die instead of Percy. Percy dying would have just sucked. So yeah, I think that takes care of all the questions on this comment. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with anything I said, or if you disagree, let me know your answers. And as always, I'll be back tomorrow for part 18 of answering your Percy Jackson questions.